Here are the top 3 mistakes that sports bettors make and how you can avoid making them. Welcome to the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you do enjoy it and subscribe for more videos exactly like this. We are here to help you along your sports betting journey to make you more profitable. And honestly, let's enjoy it while we can, right? Let's have fun doing this. This is a passion for all of us, and we can make money along the way. So let's look at these top 3 mistakes and see if we can improve. The first mistake is not tracking your bets. Sports betting is all about data. It's about managing your bankroll, managing your emotions, managing everything, right? It's supposed to be a process, especially when we're doing plus EV betting or any type of math and data backed betting. Trusting that process and managing your bets and your emotions and your bankroll is the most important thing that you can do, because firstly, if you are losing, if you're on a bad losing streak, you want to make sure that you can continue along your journey and continue using your bankroll effectively and properly, and you're able to see in the past how you've done. Here's an example. If you weren't tracking your bets and you were just placing them and every day waking up and kind of just seeing how you did, bad days would feel so much worse when you can't zoom out and see the big picture. Let's look at my April 2023, because we've got some good examples of this in here. If we look at from the 2nd to the 4th here, if I wasn't tracking my bets, I would be losing money 3 days in a row, and I would be, very upset. Obviously, the next day, I made tons of money, and that's a great thing, and that's why that's exactly why you need to continue along the journey and keep at it. But what I'm saying though is, when you're tracking your bets, you're able to go back and look at them from a bird's eye view, right? I can go back and look at this April and say, okay, so even though I had 3 bad days in a row, you need to stick with it, because that 4th day should, it's going to be good, right? It's going to be better. Things always do end up coming back around. Same thing for these 3 red days in a row and these 3 in a row. Like, imagine this stretch here. Lose, 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 win, but then lose, lose, lose. It's when you can see it like this, right? When you can track them and see them, it helps with your emotions. It helps you remove yourself from it and figure and you can see it more as data, right? And more as a process. The other thing about tracking your bets is it gives you awesome data and insights into how you've been doing and how you potentially could improve, right? We can see our profit margin, how much we've been wagering, so you can see your volume, right? The OddsJam bet tracker, again, link down below to sign up for OddsJam. 90-day money back guarantee. Try it out for literally 3 months, and if you don't like it, you can get your money back completely. But on their bet tracker, you can go here to this here for your profit over time, and you can filter it by past month, past week, and so you can see how you've been doing volume wise, how much you've been wagering in the past week or the past month, and that can give you insights into, okay, well, I need to increase my volume. I've not been making very much lately because I haven't been betting very much. So that's great to be able to see that. You can see your beat CLV. So how often are you landing on a better closing line than what the closing line is, right? So like if I 77, basically my stat here is 77% of the time, the odds that I'm getting are better than the closing line. And so if you can do that consistently, obviously you're going to be profitable. So seeing this number is good. It can help you diagnose an issue. If this number is 65% for you, obviously you're either placing bets way too far in advance, you're placing the wrong bets. It helps you understand where you could improve things, right? Total bets won. Then you can even come all the way down here where you can see based off of the sports book, the sport, by the league, the bet type, the average wager over time. So as you can see, like here, I could see that my wager over time had gone down recently. And so that's why I've been trying to pick it back up, because, I've been traveling and all this, and it gives you tons of insight into all sorts of things, right? You can see right here, you've got an awesome list basically of the different markets and how well you've been betting on them. So all in all of this data, it really comes back to help you make more informed decisions, keep your emotions in it and stable. And so yeah, bet tracking, number one mistake. If you don't bet track, you need to get on it. OddsJam is a great option. Also, Pickit is a great option as well. So yeah, lots of options for bet tracking, but definitely need to start doing that if you're not. Second tip, changing your bet sizes based off of winning and losing. So this whole plus EV data-backed betting is all about following a process, trusting the data and just following it, zooming out, and not even caring about necessarily the profit and loss results until you have enough data to look back and see. So why you don't want to change your bet size depending on a win or a loss is because you can have a bunch of bad days in a row, like I just mentioned, and then have great days. Then you can have great days and then have bad days. It's up and down. And so if you're adjusting your bet size based off of how good you've done in the past, you're going to divert. You're going to divert from how the process is supposed to be, what the actual data is telling you. As an example, you lose 3 days in a row, so you lower your bet size. Well, you definitely would not have won this much back if you had done that. Or let's say you win 3 days in a row, so you increase your bet size. You're going to lose a lot more on that fourth day. Keeping your bet size the same, following either some type of a formula for your bet size, like the Kelly criteria, or you're following like a unit backed system, whatever it is, stay with it. Do not change your bet size, because you're just going to mess with the process, and oftentimes you're going to do quite literally the opposite of what you should be doing. The third and final mistake that I see new sports bettors make is not paying attention to width. And width is basically how confident sportsbooks are in this current market, right? So how confident they are in their odds that they are listing. The higher the width, the less confident they are, okay? And so what we want to focus on is finding plays where the width is lower than 50 or 60. Ideally, you want to find plays that do not have 455 width and 310 width. And the reason why the width is so high on this specific play and these ones here is because they're home runs, right? So as you can see, the spread in the different odds that books are listing for home runs, you've got 450 and then 600. There's a massive difference. 375, right? And 600. There's a huge difference between basically one book and another book, but it's not like all of the books are on one side and then one book is way different, because obviously you'd want to take that one book that is way too high and way different, right? Like technically this is a plus EV play that you're looking at here, because we've got this Bet US play on the over is way higher than you see all these other ones. But the actual confidence that the sportsbook has in this market, it's such a wide range that there's not enough confidence, there's not enough data going in, there's not enough money going in, that the actual the accuracy of these lines is lacking. And you want these lines to be accurate, so when you find value, it's clear value, right? If you're finding value based off of inaccurate lines, then that value isn't really valid, right? So this type of width is way too high in my opinion. And technically, if you were to bet this in the long run, you could make money off of it. But for new bettors, for anyone who's a casual plus EV, like anyone who wants to make good money and not be aggressive with it, I would always recommend either turning the recommended filters on here or making your width at a maximum of, let's say, 60, right? Or what else you could do is clear the width maximum, but just put your odds, the max odds, at about 200, because then that will make it so you're not finding anything too high in width, but you're still finding these nice plays where the width might be a little bit high, right? So that's my third and final tip. Make sure your width is under control. Either turn the recommended filters on, which I always recommend for new bettors, new plus EV people. So that's the third and final tip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to track your bets, right? Do not change your bet sizes and pay attention to width. Take bets where the market is very confident and very accurate with their lines. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.